Welcome my dear students. Today we are going to learning the part A fifth program. Let us see what is a part A fifth program. Write a program to generate first n prime numbers. Okay, so now we are going to be learning this concept to generate first n prime numbers. Then what is a prime number? The number which is divisible by 1 and itself is called as prime number. The number which is divisible by 1 and itself is called as prime number. Okay, so let us see this program carefully. Okay, yes, let us see here. Hash include these are the header files. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, as well as void main function. So your C program starts from the void main function, and now we are declaring variables int n comma I comma j comma flag. So if I am taking n means we have to enter the n number. Ij if it is coming means compulsory it is having nested looping statements, and here one temporary variable, it is a flag, we are defining it as. Okay, now after declaring the variables we are using the clear screen function and we are using the printf function. This printf function display the content as it is, and we are writing one more printf statement, that is to generate n prime numbers, and here this printf function is also used. Okay, so actually it is not required, it is up to you, it is not required, but this statement is required. Enter the value for n. Enter the value for n, we have to enter the value from the keyboard. Okay, we have to enter the value from the keyboard. Scanf %d ampersand n. Scanf %d ampersand n. Suppose if I give it as a prime number up to 6, we should know what is the prime number up to 6. I am giving the n value as a 6. Okay, now I am writing the logic. So this is the logic. Please observe this logic very carefully. For I is equal to 2, why I am initializing 2? Please observe the definition of a prime number. What is a prime number? The number other than the number which is divisible by 1 and itself. The number which is divisible by 1 and itself means the number, every number is divisible by 1, so we are not supposed to take, right? For that sake I am taking for I is equal to 2, I less than or equal to n. What is the value of n? It is a 6. I is equal to 2, I less than or equal to n. N value is 6. Condition is true. If condition is true, I am assigning the flag value as 1 and it will enter into the inner for loop. Now it comes here. J is equal to 2, j less than or equal to I minus 1. What is I value? 2. 2 minus 1, 1. 2 less than or equal to 1. Condition false. Right, if condition false, it will skip this inner for loop. Got it? Yes, it will skip this inner for loop. Okay, so then where the control will come next, it will come for the j incrementation. Now what is the new value of j? It is 3. 3 less than or equal to 2, it already condition false, right? It will skip. Got it? So afterwards it will come here. Okay, already condition false, right? It will skip this statement and comes here. If flag equal to 1, whether condition is true? Yes, condition is true. Printf %d I, whether 2 is a prime number? Yes, in the I it consists of 2, it is a true, right? Afterwards where the control will directly go, directly it will comes to your I incrementation. Now what is the new value of I? It is 3. 3 less than or equal to n. What is the n? 6. 3 less than or equal to 6, condition is true. If it is true, it will enter into the flag. Flag is once again it is resetted as a 1, and j is equal to 2, j less than or equal to I minus 1. What is I value? 3. 3 minus 1, 2. Condition is true, right? 2 less than or equal to 2, condition is true. If condition is true, it will come here. If I percentile j, what is I value? 3. 3 percentile 2, 3 percentile 2 equal to 0. Condition false. If it is a false, it skip. Once again it will come here j incrementation. Now j become 3, 3 less than or equal to 2, condition false, it will skip, right? So once again it will come here, if a flag equal to 1, flag already assigned as a 1, condition is true, it will display the I value. What is I value? 3. So 3 is also prime number, yes, correct. Afterwards where the control will go? I incrementation. What is the new value of I? 4. 4 less than or equal to 6, condition is true. If condition is true, once again flag is set as 1, j is equal to 2, j less than or equal to 4 minus 1, 3, condition is true, it will come here. 4 percentile 2 equal to 0, condition is true, correct? I value is 4, j value is 2, right? 4 percentile 2 equal to 0, condition is true. If condition is true, flag becomes 0 and you are breaking. If you are breaking means it will directly come out of this loop. If it come out of the loop, it will come here, right? Then what does it mean? 4 is not a prime number. So entirely it will skip out of here, it will come, flag is 0, 0 equal to 1, condition is true, false. If it is a false, it will skip this statement and once again it will comes to the I incrementation. Now what is the new value of I? It is 5. 5 less than or equal to 6, condition true. If condition is true, you are setting the flag value as 1. Once again comes here, j is equal to 2, j less than or equal to I minus 1. 5 minus 1 is a 4, condition is true, it will come here. What is I value? 5. What is j value? 2. 5% of 2 equal to 0, false. If it is false, it skips. Okay. If it is skips, then once again it will comes to the j incrementation, j become 3, 3 less than or equal to 4, condition is true, once again it will come here, right? 5 percentile 3, false. 5 percentile 4, false, correct? Next 5 less than or equal to 4, false. If it is false, it will skip. After skipping that, already flag value is 1, 1 equal to 1, condition true, it is displaying I value. What is the I value? 5. Is it 5 is a prime number? Yes, correct. The number which is other than the number other than 1 is called as prime number. The number which is divisible by 1 and itself, 1 and itself, that is why it is not as a prime number. Got it? So hence it is a displaying flag. What are the prime numbers available within a 6? It is a 2, 3 and 5. Why not it is a 4? 4 is a consist of a prime factor, it is divisible by 2, so that is why it is not as a prime number. 6 is also dividing by 2 as well as 3, so it is not a prime number. Got it? So this is the logic we are following for prime number. What is the logic for prime number? For I is equal to 2, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus, condition true, flag is equal to 1. And for j is equal to 2, j less than or equal to I minus 1, and j plus plus, if this condition is true, if I percentile j equal to 0, then flag is equal to 0, break. Okay. If flag equal to 1, we are displaying the I value. So this is the logic. So let us see the execution of this program. Okay, let me execute. Okay, before that it is a fifth program. Edit it and let us save as I'm saving in your Turbo C3 bin as 5.c. save. Okay, so now I'm opening my file. What is our file name? 5.c. Yes. Now compile it. If you compile, there is no error, and run it and enter the value of n. It is a 6. If I enter the 6, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so once again I'm running up to 10. What are the prime numbers is there? I should know. So it is a 2, 3, 5, 7. 8 is also prime factor. 9 is also consist of a product, right? And suppose if I give it is up to 50, let me check. These are the prime numbers. Okay, 12, 14 is divisible, so hence it is not a prime number. So up to 50 range, these are the prime numbers are available. So this is your fifth program. Okay, and let us see what is the sixth program. Write a program to find the largest and smallest element with their position in one dimensional array. So you have to read and store n elements in an array, and you have to find smallest value as well as largest value in an array and also its locations. Okay, so this is a program. So let us see the sixth program. So this is our sixth program. What is the program? Write a program to find the largest and smallest in one dimensional array. Also print their position. Print their position. Okay. Yes. So now hash include stdio.h, conio.h and void main function is up to. Okay, fine. We are writing and open curly brace. Here the code starts. Here first I am declaring int a of 20. So it is an array variable declaration. With the size you can store only 20 elements. Now I am taking int c. C is nothing but just as an I. It is a counter variable, and the size is n value, and big for biggest number, low for lowest number, position for biggest position, location for smallest location. Okay. Yes, and the position and location first initializing as a 0, and we are giving the clear screen function. Now I am giving the enter the dimension. Dimension means enter the n value. What is size? Okay, enter the n elements to store. Enter. If you are getting confusion, please observe. Enter n number to store in an array. Okay, this is enter dimension means we want to store n elements in an array. Now I am so we want to give the size. For that I am reading the value from the keyboard. I am reading the value of n. If you are getting the size is confusion, then you can put it as an n. Okay, so I am taking it as a size. Now I am giving it as a 5. So what is the size of my dimension to store? 5 elements. Okay, so through from the keyboard I have given it as a 5, and now we are entering the value. Here it is not required, it is a double. Okay, yes. Now enter %d values size. So what does it mean? We have to store 5 different elements. Enter 5 values means we have to store. Okay, yes. For that I am writing this for loop. For c is equal to 0, c less than size. What is the size? 5. Condition is true. So scanf, please observe here, scanf %d ampersand e of c. So what is the c? 0. C less than 5. Condition is true. Ampersand scanf means we have to read and store value. So in which location I have to store? In a of 0 location. A of 0 location, what is the value I am storing? I am storing it as a 90. What is the value I am storing? 90. Okay, so afterwards where the control will go? C incrementation. Now it become 1 less than 5. Condition is true. We have to enter the value from the keyboard, a of 1 location. Okay, in a of 1 location I am storing it as a 40. Okay, and so on. Yes, so we are explaining here as for c is equal to 0, c less than size. Size is 5, 5. Condition is true. If the condition is true, we have to read the value from the keyboard, and we have to store in this location. What is the location? What is the location of c? 0. A of 0 we have stored as a 90. Okay, in a of 0 we have stored as 90, and once again it will come to the c++ incrementation. Now c become 1 less than 5. Condition is true. We have to read one more value, and we have to store in that location. Okay, so now I am reading 50 from the keyboard, and I am storing in the location a of 1, and once again it will comes to the incrementation of a c++. Now c becomes 2 less than 5. Condition is true. We have to read the value from the keyboard and store in the a of 2 location. So in the a of 2 location I am storing 120, and once again c will be incremented. Now c become 4 less than 5, sorry, 3 less than 5. Condition is true. A of 3 location we have to store value from the keyboard. Okay, so we are reading the value of keyboard as 10, and stored in a of 3. And once again c will be incremented, c value become 4, 4 less than 5 condition is true. We have to read a value from the keyboard and store in a of 4 location. So in a of 4 location we are storing the value as 75. Okay, so likewise you can store, and once again c become 5, 5 less than 5 condition false. Now I am displaying the value of entered element. So these elements are entered, it will be displayed as it is 90, 50, 120, 10 and 75. Okay, now please observe here we have declared the variable big and low, right? Big low is equal to a of 0. What is the value of a of 0? 90. Now I am checking this condition. This is the logic, for big and low. Okay, yes. So for c is equal to 1, c less than 5 condition is true, it will come here a of c. What is the c value? 1. In a of 1 location what is the value? 50. 50 greater than big value is 90. 50 greater than 90 condition false, it will skip, and it will come here a of 1. A of 1 value is 50 and low value is 90. 50 less than 90 condition is true. If it is true, low value is a of c. And yes, see here we are seeing this low. For example, in a of 0 it is having 90. 90 less than, sorry, in c1 is right, a of 1. A of 1 50. 50 less than low condition is true, automatically low will be stored as a of 1. What is the low value? A of 1, right? And location, location is 1, c value is 1, right? So likewise it will be stored. Afterwards where the control will come? Control will come to the c++. Now c become 2. 2 less than 5 condition is true, it will enter here a of 2. What is the a of 2 value? It is 120. 120 greater than big. What is big value? 90. Whether condition is true? True. If true, then big is equal to a of 2. So what is the a of 2 location value? 120, right? And what is its position? 2. Got it? And it comes here a of 2, that is 120 less than low value is 50. Whether condition is true? False. So it will skip. Got it? And once again c++ is incremented. Now c becomes 3. 3 less than 5 condition is true. A of 3 value is 10. 10 greater than 120. Whether condition is true? False. So it will skip here. Here it will come a of 3. A of 3 value is 10. 10 less than low. What is the low value? 50, right? So 10 less than 50 condition is true. Now low is a of 3. A of 3 value is 10 and location is 3. Got it? And next c++. Now c becomes 5. 5 less than 5 condition is true. Sorry, c less than 4. 4 less than 5 condition is true, it will come here a of 4. What is the value of a of 4? 75. 75 greater than 120. Whether condition is true? False. So it will skip and it will come here, right? And a of c. Now a of c is 4. In the a of 4 location it is consist of 75. 75 less than 10. Whether condition is true? False, right? So false means skips. Now once again c value will be incremented. Now c becomes 5. 5 less than 5 condition false. So entirely this loop skips. Got it? Now the biggest value percentile d in position percentile d. What is the biggest value? Biggest value is 120, which is the position of 2, right? So 2 plus 1 third position, g 1 2 3, right? Likewise it is showing. And the lowest value percentile d is position percentile d. What is the lowest value? It is 10. In the position 4. 4 plus 1, sorry, 3. 3 plus 1 4. 0 1 2 3, 3, right? 3 plus 1 4. Fourth location it consists, right? So this is your program. So here it is asking for the enter dimension. We have entered dimension 5. Enter the 5 values. We have entered, it has 50 40 1 to 10. Here the entered element is 50 40 1 to 10, and the biggest value is 50 in position 1 and the lowest value 1 in position 3. Okay, so likewise it will be evaluated. Let us see the execution of this program. Let me copy and I am pasting in my Turbo C3 bin and paste. Okay, 6.c. Now I am opening my editor. Start Turbo C++. Yes, open our file, that is 6.c, correct? So what is the program name? 6.c. Yes. So see, this is our program. I am compiling. Is there any error? No error. I'm running and I'm asking the dimension. I can give it as a 10. So I want to enter 10 values, right? So now I'm entering randomly 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 300, 400, minus 1 and 3, 4, right? Please observe here, entered elements are these are, and the biggest element 400 is position 7 and the least element minus 1 in the position 8. Got it? So likewise it will evaluate. So if you want to execute, once again let me take it as a 5 and I'm entering 90, 80, 70, 60, 50. So this is the entered element, and we are identifying the biggest element is 90 in position 1 and the smallest value is 50 in the position 5. Okay, so I will show you how it will run by pressing F7 key. So if I press the F7 key first, it will take the variable declarations and initializations, and it is asking for the dimensions and it is asking for the size. Now I am entering the size as a 5 and we have to enter 5 different values, right? So it is asking to enter 5 different values. Okay, so 5 values I'm entering as 12. Once again it is asking 13, asking 900, asking minus 007, enter F7 and 5, right? So that is 5 values has read taken and I am pressing the F7 key, and it is displaying the contents. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. After that displaying, it will take big and low. This is the logic for calculating the biggest element and the smallest element. So once again we are writing the same logic and we are writing this condition: if a of c greater than big, big is equal to a of c, position is equal to c. Otherwise, if a of c is less than low, low is equal to a of c, location is equal to c. That's it. So this will be evaluated till to condition satisfies. After that, it is identifying 900 is the biggest position, biggest number in the position 3, and the smallest value is 5 in the position 5. Okay, so likewise we are evaluating our programs. Hope you understand this concept. Here we comes the part A, program end. Okay, yes.